Hello friends. I've got my window open slightly, so I'm hoping the traffic noise won't be too bad for you to be able to concentrate on what I'm saying. We're here with a giant iced coffee today. It just felt necessary. Glorious. So welcome back. Well, not welcome back because I'm in an entirely new house. Welcome to my new space. I'm sure it will continue to evolve. I mean, what my backdrop looks like will continue to evolve. I might be painting my walls soon. I'm debating it. I'm not sure. Oh, shall I show you my wallpaper? I feel like it's a bit precarious to move you and then I'm gonna do it. So I've got this wallpaper that was here when I moved in, and it's growing on me, I'm not gonna lie. And some of the leaves, like I think the dark grey one and the silver one have also got like glittery bits in, which is pretty cool, but I'm not sure that it's me enough for me to keep it. And I love this green. I love green. Well, I don't love this green, but I love green. I've got lots of bits and bobs of greeny bits in my room, but I'm not sure about this particular green. I feel it's a bit like sad green. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody else, but it's got like greyish, cool undertones, and I feel like I need a warmer green. Anyway, I'm absolutely blabbing. Welcome to my new space. And welcome back to the channel. It's been a while and I'm doing it again. I'm filming a video when I haven't edited and posted the last video I filmed. But anyway, we're going to ignore that. There's a lot of things that I wanted to talk about today and that I felt like I wanted to document for my future self, basically. There are times in life that I feel so pulled to document, and this is just one of those times. So, okay. Just centering myself a minute. Firstly, if you know me in real life, you may know that I have spent the last 4 and a bit months working on applications to drama school for a master's. That is a decision that I made at the end of 2024 that came about because of a realisation that I have in life every so often, and that has occurred to me over and over and over again, and that I have continued to ignore, and that is that I want to professionally perform. Throughout my 20s, I'm 31 now, throughout my 20s I would have this existential awakening every so often of like, oh my gosh, why aren't I pursuing this? Why am I not doing something about this in my life? Because I love it so much, and it has always been the one thing in my life that I have felt undeniably passionate about. And that's saying something because I have ADHD, so there are a lot of things in life that I feel passionate about, but there's been nothing in my life apart from this that I have felt like, oh my god, this is what I want to do. So, upon having this realisation for the 50 millionth time in my life, I decided to actually not ignore it this time and pursue it. And the decision that I made was to apply to drama school. It wasn't really a decision that I spent very much time making. It was kind of a, not spur of the moment, because it did feel like the right thing to do at the time, but it was December when I was contemplating this. And when was the UCAS deadline? I was conscious that time was timing, and if I wanted to apply this year, now would be the time. I had it in my head already that I wanted to apply to Birmingham because I'm local to Birmingham. If I got in, the idea would be that I could have stayed at home. I would have been spending less money on accommodation, on living costs, etc. So I knew I wanted to apply to the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire. Most conservatoire drama schools apply through UCAS, which is the Universities and Colleges Admissions Service. So the UCAS deadline for applying to those conservatoire drama schools was the 29th of January. So I, in this realisation in December, thought, oh my gosh, okay, I'm just going to apply and see what happens. So I did that. I applied through UCAS to the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire and to the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama. I then carried on doing some research in January, February, once I met that deadline, and oh my gosh, it was a push for me to meet that deadline because obviously I had a personal statement to write, I had to do the whole applications, I had to go find references, bearing in mind I had not been in education since 10 years ago, which luckily I was able to find. I had to do the actual self-tape auditions, so it was a lot, it was a push, it was a challenge. But at the time, I felt like I was moving in the right direction. I was moving towards something that felt like I was pursuing something that I've wanted to do my whole life, basically. Then I found out about the Oxford School of Drama, who are not a conservatoire, so they don't apply through UCAS, they apply independently. So I carried on applying after my UCAS deadline of the 29th of January, and I also applied to the Oxford School of Drama, which is a beautiful looking school, and it just sounds amazing. It's not actually in Oxford, it's on the very outskirts, on the outskirts of the Blenheim estate. It's in the middle of nowhere, so you're not getting the overstimulation of being in a city as well. It's in the countryside, and it just felt like if I was going to go to drama school, that is exactly the type of environment that I would want. So life happened and things got really crazy. Between September and October of 2024, I found out about multiple family members who had been diagnosed with cancer. Basically, it was just a lot. Oh gosh, I'm trying to find the right words. It has affected my immediate family drastically in terms of what our lives have looked like in the last 6 months. And due to the nature of that, and the nature of how it has affected our family and how it has affected me, I am now going through an autistic burnout. I expended a lot of energy during the last 6 months because of these applications, but also because of the personal life stuff. And obviously the fact that I expended so much energy has resulted in me being in burnout. Also, during, I think February or March, I can't remember, I found out that I didn't get a callback audition for Royal Welsh, which I was expecting. I just felt good applying and just wanted to put it out there, and I was expecting not to get an audition because it's such a prestigious school. But what I did get were callback auditions for both Royal Birmingham Conservatoire and the Oxford School of Drama, which is a massive thing, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself for putting in that much work and effort into my auditions. I'm so proud of the fact that they see me and what I put forward as good enough for them to want to see me in the room, which is really exciting, especially during a period of time which has been so chaotic. So my callbacks were supposed to be at the beginning of April. Oh, I forgot, obviously also added into the mix is the fact that I moved house. Because why not do all the crazy life things at once, eh? Anyway, it just so happened that we were moving house at the same time. I'm very glad about the move, I'm very happy, that's all good. But obviously moving is stressful, so it did add another layer of, oh my fucking god, onto an already crazy time. So my callbacks came through, they were for the beginning of April. Beginning to mid-April, I decided, you know what, this is too much. I'm going to email the admissions teams at each drama school and request to be put into a later cohort of auditions. So they were all fine about that. Obviously I explained why in the emails. Absolutely fine. My auditions were moved to mid to late May, which obviously, I don't know when you're watching this, but it is now the 6th of May. So these callback auditions are coming up very, very soon. So this whole story is basically just context for me to tell you that in the last couple of weeks, I have been very much doubting that this is the right path for me. Not because I don't want to act, not because I don't want to perform, not because I don't want to pursue that anymore, but because I'm a neurodivergent person with a very specific energetic capacity, very specific bodily and nervous system needs. Autism and ADHD wipes me out. And I'm sure if you're also a neurodivergent person, and maybe if your autism/ADHD affects you in a similar way, you'll know what I mean. But I basically am constantly in my life trying to wangle not going back into burnout, trying to avoid burnout, trying to conserve my energy, trying to rest as much as I need to rest, but also enjoy my life as much as I want to enjoy my life. And I just all of a sudden had this sinking feeling at the beginning of last week. Oh, these auditions all of a sudden don't feel right anymore. And I 100% can acknowledge and admit that some of that was fear. Obviously, being seen in the room is a lot more different to sitting in my bedroom and doing these UCAS applications and filming my self-tapes and la 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 la. So there is fear behind it as well. But there's also this inner inkling that a 1-year full-time master's course I don't think is the right thing for me. Especially having experienced so much chaos and intensity in my personal life in the last 6 months. It's kind of demonstrated even more to me what my limited capacity looks like and how much I need to take care of myself and how much flexibility I need in how much energy I'm going to expend, how much flexibility I need in being able to step away from things and rest for a week if I need to, which obviously does not fit well with full-time vocational training. So for the last week and a bit, I have been absolutely turmoiling about trying to make this decision. It's been very, very difficult for me. There's a lot of like ickiness behind trying to make a decision like this. There's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of meaning placed on things that don't need to necessarily have that meaning. For example, I've got this thing in my head that because I've got this far and because I've done so well and because blah 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 blah, I should just go and do the auditions anyway, just to experience the day, to network, to do the workshops, to do the auditions, to see what happens, which is a valuable thought process. I can understand why I might think like that. I can understand why other people might think like that. And also, I'm currently burnt out and there's a lot of prep that I would need to do. There's a lot of work that I would need to put in. There's travelling involved. There's a lot of energy that I would have to expend to be ready for the day to happen and then to actually do it. And then I also think like, well, am I even cut out to be a performer if I can't do these things? But there's no point in even thinking that way because I'm not always in autistic burnout. That's not my natural state. I'm at this point because of things that have happened in life that have built up to this, and that's not always going to be the case. My baseline is 100% being able to do stuff like that. So here I am trying to make this decision. I feel a lot more at peace with the fact that I don't think drama school is the right route for me to get to where I want to get to, which is to be being paid to professionally perform. I already have a musical theatre degree. I may not have mentioned that on my channel before, but I graduated in 2015. So do I even need to do more training? That's another question. I originally felt like I wanted to do more training because it had been so long. And I felt like I needed a refresher. I felt like I needed a top up. I felt like I wanted to be in that training environment again, which then makes me think, well, if that's the objective, I can 100% totally get that elsewhere on other courses, on acting classes, on the amateur theatre productions that I already do, all sorts of stuff like this. So at the moment, I'm very much leaning towards withdrawing my drama school applications and creating a new route for myself, creating a path for myself that is actually curated by me, for me, that suits my needs and that gets me what I would have wanted to get out of a 1-year drama school course. So today, that's what I'm going to spend time on. I feel like in order to confidently make this decision to withdraw, it would help me so much to have a clearer picture of what I would be saying yes to. If I'm saying no to that, what exactly am I saying yes to? What is the environment that I'm actually going to best learn in? And basically create it to be what I would need it to be. As an autistic ADHDer that doesn't have very much energy right now, but that will bounce back eventually, and What do I want to move towards? What kind of jobs do I want to be working? What kind of projects do I want to be working on? What are my actual professional performing goals? And how do I get myself there? And if I know those things, I will feel so much better about the idea of dropping out of drama school. But I'm not dropping out of drama school, I'm dropping out of drama school applications, because gosh, it feels like such a big thing to decide, and it feels like there's so much pressure behind it and so much, yeah, I don't know. Dropping out of something feels scary because there's a lot of societal opinion about that, meaning you're giving up on something, or meaning that you've failed at something, or whatever it might be. But I'm choosing to ignore all that because the idea is to create something that works for my individual needs. So let's do some stuff. So I am now at my desk, which inconveniently is opposite the window. So we haven't got very good lighting over here, but it's okay. So what I'm gonna do first is do some research. I've literally done a little bubble in the middle of my page that says training ideas. I'm gonna do some research about, I know that some drama schools do some short courses, so I'm gonna look into that. And I also know that some of them are online. I know that, what's the Scottish one called? I've completely blanked. I know that the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland recently started I think it was like acting contemporary texts course online, which was very affordable. I can't join it now because it's too late, but I want to look into their future ones, and I want to look into whether any other drama schools do things like that. I also really want to look into, sorry if you can hear the traffic, maybe I should close my window. I also want to look into what is happening locally, especially in Birmingham, because I am relatively local to Birmingham and could commute in if there was something worth me commuting in for. So I really want to have a look into Birmingham stuff, and we'll see what we find. Oh my gosh, I think I might have found something. I think I might have found something fairly local, as in Birmingham. And I feel really excited about it so far. I need to read more, I need to find out more information. But basically, it's a part-time drama school. Part-time drama school, where they train 6 hours a week only. So it's like 2 evenings for 3 hours each evening. They also do short courses and workshops that so far seem very affordable. I'm getting excited now, which is a good sign. Well, okay, I'll update you later. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is literally exactly what I've been hoping would exist. I think I need to apply. I'm gonna let this sit and like do some more research, because this is literally like the 5th website only that I've been on today. I can't believe I found this so quickly, and that it's in Birmingham and not London, which just makes it so accessible to me. I just can't believe it. And I already have everything that I would need in order to apply today, if I wanted to apply today. Like, obviously I've filmed self-tape auditions for other drama schools already this year, and it only requires one monologue, one contemporary monologue, which I have, and then you fill out a form, and that's it. And then you find out within 5 working days if you get a recall audition, and the recall auditions are on Zoom. How fucking accessible is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, I just need to let this sink in for a bit longer. Hey friends, so I am back upstairs at the desk now. I went downstairs for some lunch, went to walk the dog, took a break from the screen, and now I'm ready. It's okay, buddy. I'm ready to get back to it. I actually, before I left the desk earlier, sent emails to two, I found another one. I sent emails to two part-time drama schools in Birmingham about fees, funding opportunities, scholarships, potential discounted rates. Obviously with my disability I'm in a situation where I don't get that much money, and if I didn't have discounted fees or some kind of scholarship then I wouldn't be able to afford to go to either of these places. And the one that I really liked specifically states on their website that they don't want financial hardship to be a reason why someone can't attend their school. So I feel really hopeful about that. Yeah, and I feel like I found some options very quickly today of like alternative routes of training for me. And I feel like that's happened quite miraculously quickly. And it is making me feel a lot better about making the decision to withdraw from my applications of traditional drama school. So that objective has already been filled today, which I feel great about. And even if those part-time Birmingham schools don't pan out, it makes me feel a lot more reassured to know that there are other options out there that do have disabled people in mind and do cater to underrepresented groups. So I think I want to shift gears a little bit now, and I'd really like to do a little exercise that my actor friend John recommended that I do, which is to literally just do some journaling about what kind of actor I want to be, what kind of performer I want to be, what are my actual goals, like dream projects, dream roles, dream people to work with, like what is it that I'm actually aiming for in terms of my performance career. I feel like having very specific goals like that is going to really benefit me when it comes to making decisions, because this career is going to involve a lot of decision making, a lot of knowing myself and knowing my values in terms of this work, and knowing what is important to me to say yes to and what is important to me to say no to. So I'd love to just spend some intentional time figuring out those things. And then I'd like to start making a list of things that I would like to do, things that I need to work on, that I would like to work on. For example, I need to finish my Spotlight application because that thing has been sitting unfinished for months. And I qualify for Spotlight and I really think that membership would be very valuable to me. So I want to finish that. I want to update my Mandy because my gosh, I have not even been on Mandy in probably over 5 years. Maybe 6, maybe 7. So we're going to update that. I want to get a, is it called V-Show cards? V cards? V-Show? I can't remember what it's called, but I want to set up an account with them. I also would like to set up an account on some SA websites, supporting actor websites, to just see if I can just get some random extra jobs here and there. Just random things like that, like a list of things that I want to work on. I want to update my CV, all types of things like this. So yeah, they're the next 2 things that I want to do. I've got some peppermint tea here with some manuka honey in it because the throat is feeling not okay today. It's very scratchy, it's very hay fevery. Feels like I slept with my mouth open. So hopefully this will help, and let's make some moves.
1 hour later.
Hi friends, so updates. I have created my little to-do list of the things that I want to be working on and working towards, and I've also created my little goals list of things that are slightly more in the short term. I don't want to fully show it because it feels a bit vulnerable to share, but things in the short term I've put more towards the top, and things that are like longer term bigger goals I've put towards the bottom. And I've also, because we love the dopamine, I've also done it so that they're all surrounded by a little cloud bubble, and each time I achieve one, I can colour it in, because how satisfying is that? And now I'm really debating just applying to this place that I really like the look of. I'm kind of to-ing and fro-ing slightly, because my natural inclination is to just sort of do it straight away and jump straight in and just immediately apply to the thing that I feel pulled to, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's just that that's my usual pattern, to jump straight into it. And I'm just thinking, sometimes I like to question my natural way and my usual way of doing things, because I might benefit from having a little bit more time to contemplate this as an option and feel into it and stuff, because obviously, as I was saying at the beginning of this video, my journey of navigating traditional drama school or not traditional drama school began with me jumping straight into the decision of applying to traditional drama schools without too much thought behind it, because a deadline was fast approaching and I wanted to take advantage of that. But, so I'm wondering whether to apply today or not. Do you know what I think I might do? I'm going to go for a walk. I have a vintage parcel that I need to pick up from my local post office. So why don't we just go and be in the outside in the sunshine and pick up my parcel and have a little walk. That will be a nice break also. Let's do it. Hey friends. Whew, so I just got back. I think I've decided that I am gonna wait to apply to this place, just because I feel like playing around with what my usual very Aries inclination is, which is to find something that I feel drawn to and immediately jump to it. Also, I think because I'm in this weird decision-making process, in this weird transitionary time, I want to feel like I've done something solid and productive towards this goal. I feel like I've got something in my eye, which is making me feel more like I think you're wonky. That's a bit better. Which is making me feel more like I want to immediately apply, so that I feel like I've done something productive. Which is silly, because I've done so many productive things today. Even just finding those courses, and the fact that a part-time drama school option exists is productive and exciting and makes me feel a lot more hopeful about the journey moving forward, even if it's not at those schools. Also, I've made that to-do list of things that I want to be working on for the time being and moving towards refreshing, like my Mandy and my actor CV, and I need new headshots as well, that's the other thing. And also I've made my acting goals list, which feels very exciting and does definitely bring a bit more clarity on what I want to be prioritising in terms of my career, which is fun. I am just going to sit and chill now. I've decanted a can of Trip, which I've never tried before. It's like a CBD infused fizzy drink, into my little glass cup. I think it's peach and ginger flavour and I've never tried one before. Ooh, that's nice. I think because of the gingery flavour it tastes a bit kombucha-y. Lovely. Also, I was going to say, if you're a theatre person, especially if you're a musical theatre person, please listen to the recent cast album that has been released for Death Becomes Her. Oh my golly gosh. Death Becomes Her has been one of my favourite movies to rewatch for a very long time, and I could not believe when I found out that they were making it into a musical, and now the cast album has been released and it is incredible, and it is the most Tony nominated show of the year. It has received 10 Tony noms, so if you feel like that might be something you would enjoy, please run to listen to it now, because it is absolutely fantastic. So next, I was debating carrying on and doing some more stuff, but it's now 5:21 and I've got some washing up to do and bits and bobs, and I just think my inclination is just to want to do more, and with where my energy is at right now, I need to be trying to conserve it. So I think I'm going to finish for the day, keep drinking my little drink, and carry on tomorrow. I am intending on being back slightly more regularly on YouTube and filming a bit more of this journey. So if you like this type of thing, if you're interested in the actor vlogs, subscribe and stay tuned, because more will be coming soon. I've no idea what this video is going to have turned out like. I haven't been regularly vlogging in so long that I just feel like I've lost the skill of like knowing what to film, when to film, blah 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 blah. So who knows what this video is going to be like? We shall see. I feel like there aren't that many people out there talking about being a neurodivergent actor and what the crossing of those two things are like, and what it's like to navigate the industry as an ADHDer. So if you're interested in that, because I've looked for those types of things, I've looked for people discussing these topics, and I know there's a bunch of neurodivergent actors out there maybe that aren't necessarily vlogging the experience. So stay tuned for more things on those topics, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! That would be a no. You need to be higher up than this.